welcome to another episode of Empowering Intuitives Talk Show. I am your host, Reverend Dr. Michelle Walker. I am a medical intuitive and a psychic medium and a herbalist. And tonight I wanted to let you guys know that I have been working with herbs for off and on for 35 years, and really decided to get serious about working with and integrating more on a personal level. Of course, I've always helped my patients integrate traditional medicine, Western medicine, and Eastern medicine and modalities, but I've launched my apothecary, so you can find out some more information and purchase some organic teas right now, soon to have like a rose oil up, because it's so important that what we put in our bodies and on our bodies is of the highest quality. And if you look at what is out there and foods, so I'm in the United States, and there are a lot of foods that are banned in other countries for good reason, but they are legal here and they are throughout the food chain. There's so much. This is my soapbox, so bear with me, guys. But, I think it's really important that we really look at what we are doing and how we're eating, what we're putting on our bodies, and to be as natural as possible. So that kind of got me turned around again into herbals. Teas, herbal remedies. And so I'm not alone. A lot of people on the planet right now are doing the same thing. They got the same messages where we have to be able to take care of ourselves in the healthiest way. And, I predicted several years ago that there's going to be antibiotic shortages and what's happening right now. So it's really important that you know how to use herbs and that you have them so that you can have those antibacterial, antivirals, antimicrobials, among other things, to help just boost your immunity and have them available. This is where a lot of my work is going to, and probably next year I'll launch consultations. But for now, I've been busy working with Spirit, giving me these recipes, which has been amazing. And so it's channeled work that I'm doing, and it's helping so many people. So that, it just excites me to death. I'm working on my master's in herbal medicine. So it's a lot of fun, but think about it. That's something that Spirit really wants us to think about, is what are we doing? What are we doing with our food? What are we doing with the soap, the products? Look how many chemicals and things. And what can you do? Make small changes. I talk to a lot of people about this, and they're like, but it's expensive and it's overwhelming. And yes, but start small and let it grow, So take that for what you will, but it really is something that is near and dear to my heart. So you will be hearing a lot more about that. You can always learn more about me and my services and the things that I'm doing and into at my website, empoweredwellness.org. All right. So take the time to think about yourself and to really put yourself as that priority, because if you're not taking care of yourself, how are you taking care of everybody else, right? So do yourself that honor and pamper yourself, take care of yourself, treasure your physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being. Okay, guys, we have a caller. So we have Patricia in Kansas. Hello, my dear. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you so much for asking and for calling in tonight. Is there a area you'd like us to look at for you?
Around Omaha, Nebraska.
Okay. About Omaha.
My mom passed away on the 11th of this month.
Aww.
And she was like 53 years old, and it was suddenly, we don't know exactly anything really. So I was just kind of trying to do.
Okay. So I pulled a card from the fairies, and this says this is the Three of Springs, and it says, plan your next steps with an eye to the long term. have patience, and there are more good things to come. And satisfaction from a job well done. I'm gonna address what you brought up, but what they're going with this card is, I feel like right now and there's like, if you can see that beautiful card, it actually looks like there's butterflies, and butterflies, and that beautiful purple means spiritual growth and spiritual change. And I feel like it's kind of going across the board for you. Losing your mom, and that's having you right in the hot spot of grief and going through the loss. And that always makes you think about the woulda, shoulda, couldas. What did I say to her last? Those type of things. And mom's coming in saying that it's okay. She understood. So I don't know if you weren't able to be there when she passed, and you're having an issue about the way that she passed. And she's saying, it's okay. I understand. It was her time. Now, I do feel like, did she have any particular heart issues? Because that's what I'm getting more in the chest, and that's what I'm feeling.
Yeah, she was having side pains really bad for the last 3 months, and she was supposed to get a mammogram done that Wednesday, but I never got results for that, so I don't know if she had cancer or if I don't know, but I felt like she knew because I talked to her 3 days before she passed away, and she just said she was ready to go, is what she pretty much told me. So I don't know if she knew or
she knew
she was sick. Right.
I just got chills, and she knew, and she was trying to let you know that so that you didn't worry, because she knew it was coming. It was her heart. It was her heart. I don't feel it was cancer. I'm getting heart, and she knew it. And she didn't take care of it. She had seen a cardiologist in the past. She just, sometimes your mom didn't want to step up and do it, she really wanted to be healthy and be there, but it changed over the past, right before COVID. And during this whole time, a lot has changed for her. Would you understand that?
Yeah, she did sign a thing. She has explained to me that she signed a paper saying that I couldn't resuscitate or DNR. And I'm like, why would you do that if, you don't know what's wrong?
Yeah.
It didn't make any sense.
She knew she was leaving the earth. I feel like, have you noticed some of her things were in order? She was trying to get things in order. I feel like she didn't get it all done, and she's sorry for that. But she said she was trying to get things lined up, less for you to do. Now, I'm
the only one that really she talked to about it. I think she told me in her own way, but she didn't tell anybody else anything.
Yeah, it's not something that she just knew. It was like she was kind of thinking maybe it wasn't true. You know how when you know something, but then you're doubting it, that's what was happening. But she was like, I'm ready. She lived a long life. She felt like I said, COVID is what she's telling me. It was right around that time that she's like, you know what? She just really didn't like where the world was heading. She didn't like all these things. It really bothered her, a lot of the sickness. She worried a lot, and that took a toll as well. Would you understand that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I just got out of, I went to rehab from March until October. And she was, I've been in and out of rehab my whole life pretty much, and she was really worried about me and me being healthy and me being,
right,
safe and stuff like that. She's worried a lot. Yeah.
She's talking to me right now about you moving. Were you considering moving to where she lived, or like a big change?
I was, yeah.
And she loves this idea. She's saying that where you're at is it's just bad news, she says. It's just bad news. She would rather you start over. Now, did she have a house?
Yes.
I feel like what she's saying is it needs some tender, loving care, and she would like you to go there so that you can give it that tender, loving care. But in doing in repairs and doing that, and making it your own, that honors her, and it helps you stay in the straight and narrow. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, she's a husband that's living there, and he did tell me actually earlier today that he wants to move out because he found her on the kitchen floor, and
Yeah,
he can't be there. He can't stay there.
Yeah. He's ready to leave there. And she wants you to. He's also tired of the upkeep. He's tired of the house. And that just set him over the edge.
Yeah, they did fix it up for a while, but they made that house like my mom's sanctuary. Like, the house is beautiful, but it's everything my mom wanted. And he said he really can't look at it anymore. Like, he can't.
Well, and that'll change in time, but right now he's just grieving so hard that it's really challenging for him. And she's just saying that, she would like to see him like have a smaller place, like a townhouse or something that he didn't have to take care of as much. Something like this, that he also can make it his own and take what he wants, like a couple things, but he don't need much. Their love, he knew how much she loved him, and she knew how much he loved her, and she doesn't want him stuck in the house, and she wants you more connected to that area. And I feel like now he's not your father, is that right?
Right. No, he's not.
And
no, he's not.
But she's saying that it may draw you two closer together in a way, where you can kind of look out for him, and she would be appreciative of that. Now, do you have a sister?
Yeah, I do.
She's talking about the sister. And that now maybe you two don't always see eye to eye.
What, are you kidding me? Oh my God. No. Oh my God, no.
Yeah, these are mom's words. The reason why she's bringing it up is she says she may challenge you about the house, but she doesn't want it. And she just would do it just out of spite, It's kind of like the falling out that you guys had, and it has a lot to do with you being through recovery and all of that she just has her own issues around it. And yeah, you two don't always click, but this is actually, she wants you to find a way to make some peace, or at least something that feels that you're both okay with. There's still residual feelings, but she really wants you to, but you have to work through it, she said. You don't want to wait until the end and it's time to go back to the other side and just start to think about fixing it, or even finding, not so much fixing, but finding peace within yourself, for yourself and for her. So that's a beautiful gift to give her and yourself. So she really wants you to work on that before you leave this earth plane. And she says, come home to the house, her home, and surrounded by all of her things. And she will feel happier. Just know that she is with you. She's been around, and I feel like you've been aware that she's been around. You can feel her.
Yeah.
Yeah. She
I can't sleep. I can't eat. I can't really do anything. I don't know.
Well, that's all part of the normal grieving process. And she just wants you to know that you're not alone, and she loves you so much, and she's trying to watch over. And she feels like this is her way of letting you know that moving is a good thing for you all the way around.
Yeah, she wanted me to move up there when I was in rehab. I was actually up in rehab where she lived. And when I moved back home, she was really upset. She didn't want me to come back here.
Yep. So consider, but don't have regret or guilt over that. She doesn't want you to do that. She's just saying now would be the time, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, you definitely don't. She doesn't want you to feel like, oh, you missed not being there because you chose to move back. No. She understands. But now she'd like you to move in there. Okay.
Okay.
And she says,
Okay, thank you.
she says, I hear you
Right.
when you talk to me. So keep talking. And I'm going to leave that with
Wow.
so much love, my dear.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome, honey. Have a great holiday.
Yep, you too. Bye.
Bye-bye. It's so hard when our loved ones pass and there's things left unsaid, but trust and know that they still hear and they are around and they are trying to let you know it's okay. It's all okay. It's all okay. All right. So we have Christy in South Carolina. Hello, my dear. How are you?
Hello. I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing just fine, thank you. And it's a lot warmer there than it is here, I'm sure. We have sleep coming
It's like
down now.
60 degrees right now.
Yeah, it's a lot colder here right now.
I wish I was there. I wish we had snow.
Oh, well, we have sleeting. It's sleeting outside right now.
Oh, that is wonderful.
All right, my dear.
I wish I could. That would be a wonderful Christmas.
Oh, is there an area that I can look at for you?
Yes, ma'am. I actually got hurt at work August the 25th, and I have just not had any incomes whatsoever. And I had my little hearing, I guess, for workers' comp.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, that was like 2 weeks ago, and I have not heard anything because, of course, my attorney does not let me know anything.
Right.
Right. So I'm actually I don't know what's going on. I was hoping that something was settled before Christmas, because I have no income.
Right.
And it's not been easy.
Well, okay, so I pulled a card for you, and this is the renewal card. This is a big card. It packs a punch, and it's talking about reviewing the past and the present so you can plan a bright new future, understanding your life purpose, and releasing judgments of yourself and others. And I feel like this has been very purposefully guided to this, and Spirit is acknowledging. They understand that the when you're on the human plane, we need money.
Right.
This has been like a little spiritual time out for you. And I feel like they're going to continue to drag their feet. I don't know that this is getting resolved before Christmas. They're going to try for very minimal. But here's what Spirit is asking you. I feel like they want you to say to yourself, is this the position that you really wanted to be in anyway? Because I feel like this is kind of ending this employment, if that makes sense.
It's a what?
You're coming up on an ending. So I feel like you may want to leave this employer after this process is settled. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
And so before you jump to where you're going next, Spirit wants you to take this time and try not to worry about the money. It's all going to shift. It'll all work itself out. You might struggle for a little bit longer, but there are some resources out there that can help you. But more importantly, they want you to get your mind straight, not in the stress of what's going on, but they want you to focus on healing your body, healing emotionally because the stress that it causes, and letting yourself off the hook, not judging yourself or others right now. Mm-hmm. And they want you to look at what kind of job, where do you want to be next? If the sky's the limit and you can co-create whatever you want, what does that look like for you? And you don't have to answer that to me, but that's what they want you to do. If you could create your life the way you wanted it, what time do you get up? What does your day look like? These are the things that they want. What do you want to do? I also feel like there's an opportunity for you. Were you thinking about some kind of education difference, like going back to school, to learning something new through workshops or actual?
I'm in school now. I
Okay,
just
great.
started when this accident happened, right after.
Perfect. Then
Um,
this is confirmation for you because you're going in a new path. Now you may be taking another position till you get to that path, but I definitely see you moving in a different direction. So yeah, you're already in school. That is exactly what they were trying to get you to do. You've been thinking about
Really?
doing it for a while, and life kind of happened and you just didn't get around to doing it, but this has forced your hand to you know what, or get off the pot,
Right.
They're like,
Right, because I had to
it's
have a
now or never.
degree. Right.
Yep. So that's awesome.
And
So
my kids are older now.
yep. And they want you to
And
put your time and your energy into you, into your studies, into the things that you are doing. They want you to balance it. So what I'm seeing is a lot of like salt baths. I feel like you have to take a little bit better care of yourself and pamper yourself a little. Doesn't have to cost money to do it, but you can just do nice little things for yourself. You can just like make yourself out of like mayonnaise and olive oil. Like you can make a nice hair mask, or you know what I'm talking about? Like just simple things that you make natural at home that you can pamper yourself a little bit. They want you to know that this is being divinely guided. You're listening, and they're like, I'm hearing people in spirit cheering because you don't always listen. And they're like, you're stubborn sometimes.
Right.
But they're so happy.
That's exactly right.
Now, is your mother in spirit? Because I have a motherly energy moving forward.
She's in heaven.
So mom is
She
coming
passed
in.
away 20 years ago.
Okay. Mom is stepping forward, and she's wanting you to know that she is so proud of you. And, she says, she says, I've been with you when you've been on the ground and felt the most despair. Ooh, it's so emotional. She has a lot of just intense energy that she sends you. And she says, now I don't know if you raised your kiddos by yourself, but she's stating that it's been really a hardship. So whether you had a partner or not, it was like you were a single mom. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah. My ex-husband, did some drastic stuff to me.
Yeah.
And made him feel like I wasn't a part of him.
Yeah. She's like, I know you've been through it, but you have to let those things go now. The deep emotion of it, you got to heal it and let it go. And trust and know that it always is happening as it's supposed to. As crazy as that sounds, it's all because they have to learn lessons, and you had to learn lessons. But mom wants you to know she's so happy that you are going back to school, that you're changing and empowering yourself in a different way. And she's just ecstatic for you. She wants you to just take your time, one foot in front of the other. Don't get overwhelmed by the little things. It's all going to work out okay. Trust that. I know it sounds crazy because you don't have the money right now, but trust and ask Spirit to deliver it. Say, look, I need food on the table. I ask for the abundance. Bring it. And then don't worry about it. Just keep saying your prayers and setting those intentions, and letting them manifest for you, okay? And what they're talking about, have you ever heard of a vision board?
No, but I saw it on Pinterest today.
That's awesome. Come here, Renee. So a vision board is the things that you want to create and manifest in your life. So what you're going to school for, you want to put that on there. What you want to put an actual logo of your school on there. You want to put when you're all done with school and when you want to move, where do you want that? I wanted a log cabin in the woods. I live in a log cabin in the woods. Took me years to get there, but you put it all on your vision board. How much money you want to make, the things that you desire. If you want to travel and there's destinations you want to go, put those on there. You put whatever you want. You can make this as big or as small. I actually have it all over my one wall. I have where I sit and I do a lot of work, I just actually created its own space with a big like tree, and they're like the limbs and the leaves. And so, but you don't have to go crazy like that. But having it in a place where you're like, wherever you're going to be studying, stick it right by there. You know, you can put it on one of the cork boards, you can tape it on the wall, do whatever you want to do. It's yours to do with whatever. But it's a very powerful tool for manifesting, okay? And a vision board is whatever you want. I have words on there. I have pictures on there. I have my family. I have, you know, the things that are important to you. You know, you want to put those things on there, and people included. People, places, things. And so that's what Spirit really thought that would be of benefit. So I think that's so awesome that you just saw one today. This is, again, the confirmation of what you, where they're directing you and you're following, which is a huge, huge deal for you. And so that's why Mom is like, yay, she's paying attention. They're dropping the coins and you're picking them up. Like, she is so excited for you. And sometimes there might be things that seem crazy or, you know, like I always tell the quick story of, you know, Spirit told me it was time to go. Sell my house from my hometown where I lived for 40 years. And we were moving, and I'm like, oh, okay. And, you know, I'm like, well, that's not dramatic, you know? So, but I'll tell you what, when you give over to the faith of it and trust that there is something for your highest good there, it all works out perfect. So I'm going to leave that with so much love. Good luck with everything. Have a wonderful holiday, my dear. And thank you so much for being
Do you see it next month closing this?
I do, for the beginning of the new year, my dear.
Okay.
You're welcome. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me this week. I hope you have a fantastic week in the hustle and bustle. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you next week. Namaste.